Hola, mis alumnos. Today, we're continuing our conversation about foods, drinks, and meals with el almuerzo. ¿Qué es el almuerzo? What is el almuerzo? El almuerzo means lunch. En el almuerzo is a phrase, and it means at or for lunch. Almorzar is a verb. It means to have or eat lunch. Almorzar looks like an AR verb, but it is not. It is an irregular verb. You do not say yo almorzo, you say yo almuerzo. If you want to use this verb in a conjugated form, I recommend you look it up online or use research or reference materials to help you do so. All right? Now, las comidas del almuerzo. The foods of el almuerzo. Lunch foods. Vocabulario. Hamburguesa, hamburger. Pizza, pizza. Sandwich, sandwich. Papas fritas, French fries. Literally fried potatoes. Sopa, soup. Ensalada, salad. Tomate, tomato. Lechuga, lettuce. Bebidas means drinks. Leche, milk. Agua, water. Gaseosa, cola, refresco. These all mean soda. Okay? Now, un menú para el almuerzo, a menu for lunch. Comidas. Ensalada, salad. Ensalada de frutas, fruit salad. Fresas, strawberries. Melón, melon. Piña, pineapple. When we say melón in Spanish, often we mean cantaloupe. Galletas, cookies. Hamburguesa, hamburger. Jamón, ham. Papas fritas, French fries. Papitas, chips. Perrito caliente, hot dog, pancho, hocho. All of these words mean hot dog. They're just different regional words for hot dog. Pizza, pizza. Sometimes I've heard this pronounced as pizza with a P sound or pizza with an X sound. All of them mean pizza, they're just different pronunciations. Queso, cheese. Sandwich, emparedado, torta. All these words mean sandwich. However, torta, at least in Mexico, refers to a specific type of sandwich. The same way that a hoagie or a Philly cheesesteak are types of sandwiches, but you wouldn't call any sandwich a hoagie or just any sandwich a Philly cheesesteak. A torta is a type of sandwich, but not just any sandwich is a torta. Okay? So it uses a specific type of bread, usually has specific types of ingredients. So keep that in mind. But I wanted you all to know that word because it is something you might hear. So, sándwich de jamón y queso, ham and cheese sandwich. Sándwich de mantequilla de cacahuate y mermelada. Peanut butter. Mantequilla means butter. De cacahuate means of peanuts. And mermelada means jelly. It actually means marmalade, but it's what you usually hear. Sopa, soup. De verduras, vegetable. De pollo, chicken. Those are the foods, las comidas. Now, las bebidas, the drinks. Agua, water. Refresco, which means soda. Soda, gaseosa, cola, all of these also mean soda. Cola specifically refers to cola drinks like Pepsi or Coca-Cola, okay? Té helado, iced tea. Helado means iced. Limonada, lemonade. Agua fresca. Agua fresca literally translates to fresh water. It's a type of beverage that's not carbonated. It's usually made with fruit or some type of flour. And some varieties include agua de Jamaica, which means hibiscus tea, agua de fresa, which means strawberry, de melon, melon, de pepino, cucumber. Now, hibiscus is a type of flower. It's red. It makes for a very delicious drink. On its own, just in water, it's a little acidic, a little bitter, but people put tons of sugar in there and it makes for a very refreshing drink. I recommend you try it if you haven't. In English, it's called hibiscus tea, but most people know it as agua de Jamaica. Now, de pepino, this one is not sweetened, but it's super refreshing. If you never tried an agua de pepino, it's really good, especially on a nice hot day. Okay? Horchata, agua de arroz con leche, canela y a veces fresa y nuez. Horchata is a sweet rice milk and dairy-based beverage. Usually evaporated milk, regular milk, sometimes condensed milk, sometimes all three. And the beverage is made with cinnamon, canela, and sometimes fruits and nuts. Usually I've seen fresa, which is strawberry. So these are the drinks and the foods. All right? Now, información interesante. Here's some interesting information about almuerzo. El almuerzo means lunch, but the word is used a lot more varied than in English. El almuerzo is also called la hora de la comida, the hour of the food or the hour of the meal. Now, it's not exactly the same as lunch 100% the way we see it here in the United States or in English in general. En muchos países, el almuerzo es a mediodía. In many countries, lunch is at midday or at noon. En otros lugares, se puede comer antes de mediodía o después de mediodía. In other places, you can have el almuerzo before noon or afternoon. Some places have almuerzo as early as 10 in the morning. Some places have almuerzo as late as 2 p.m. It really depends. Now, when they have it in the morning, and this is the thing, when they have it in the morning, they're not eating burgers and fries. They're more likely to be eating breakfast type foods, so it ends up being more kind of like a brunch than an actual lunch, okay? So almuerzo can be quite varied. Almuerzo puede ser grande. It can be big, dos platos, like you have a plate of this, a plate of that, a drink, a dessert. Or it can be ligero, ligero meaning light. Just a sandwich, something to drink. Un sándwich y algo de beber. It really depends, okay? Now, el origen de la palabra. I really love learning about the origin of words. This is what's called etymology. I think it's a great way for us to learn about ourselves, about our culture, about our history. When you look at words and find out where they come from and why they mean what they mean and how they've changed over time, it's kind of like looking at a picture of our history. I think it's great. So, almuerzo is kind of an interesting word. It's kind of a weird word. Where does it come from? Well, in Latin, the word admorsus, which means a biting or a small bite, it refers to a small meal that was had usually at the beginning of the day to just kind of like be a kickstarter for the day, okay? Admordeo, to bite, like the word morder in Spanish. And this is a verb that's related to the word almuerzo or almorzar. So the same way that morder means to bite, admordeo means to bite. And it's interesting, almuerzo and the verb almorzar work similar to the verb morder in this way. Yo muerdo. You don't say yo mordo, yo muerdo. You don't say yo almuerzo, you say yo almuerzo. So this change right here with the M-O-R to M-U-E-R is kind of interesting. It's very similar. I thought it was a interesting little factoid. Now, the question is, if this is where the word comes from, why isn't it almorzar or almuerzo instead of almuerzo or almorzar? Well, I did my research, and one of the reasons could be an effect of mixing with Arabic. Fun fact, Spanish is a Romance language, which means it is related to Latin, the language of Rome. Rome, Romance. See the connection? Now, also, in its history, much of Spain was conquered by the Moors, who spoke Arabic. This is why most words in Spanish derive from Latin and also from some Arabic. So some people think that instead of almorzar, it's almorzar because a lot of the Arabic words we have in Spanish have this AL beginning. Words like almohada, words like algodón, alameda. These words come from Arabic, and the AL is kind of something that we see in a lot of those Arabic words. So it could be that this word, the AD became AL when it kind of came into contact with the Arabic language in Spain. All right, so that's just a really interesting fact. Spanish is an interesting language. It comes from a lot of different places because a lot of different people lived in that region. Okay, so practice. Práctica. Please answer these in Spanish. ¿Qué hay de almuerzo? What is there for lunch? Number 1, ¿hay un sándwich? Number 2, ¿hay agua? Number 3, ¿hay papitas? Number 4, ¿qué hay de comer? Number 5, ¿qué hay de beber? And number 6, ¿es un almuerzo ligero o grande? All right? And now everyone's favorite, el repaso, the review. We have 3 sections: responde, traduce, piensa. Respond, translate, think. For responde, please answer in Spanish. Number 1, ¿qué significan almuerzo y almorzar? What do almuerzo and almorzar mean? Number 2, ¿cuándo es el almuerzo? Típicamente. When is el almuerzo? Typically. And number 3, ¿cuáles comidas hay en el almuerzo? What foods are there in el almuerzo? Traduce, translate. Number 4, el almuerzo es a las 12:30. Number 5, a Héctor le gusta comer pizza y papitas. And number 6, me gusta beber limonada en el almuerzo. For the piensa questions, you're going to think about it and you're going to respond in English. Number 7, what did you learn in today's lesson? Very simple, just give me a summary. What did you learn? 8 and 9 are a little more complex and I want you to really think about them. I'm interested to hear what you think. Number 8, what does the menu provided in this lesson suggest about the function of lunch? So if you look at the menu that I showed you, what does that menu tell you about lunch? About the reason we have lunch and what types of foods we have in lunch and why. Okay? And number 9, again, thinking question. In what way does today's lesson highlight the intersection of language and culture worldwide? So I want you to think about, how does today's lesson, how does today's vocabulary shed light or show us the way that language and culture are connected? The history behind language and culture. What does today's vocabulary show us about that? I'm very interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me or you can message me here. Thank you guys so much for paying attention. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope you learned something today. Hasta luego, mis alumnos.